Who are you? Who am I? These are questions I used to think of all the time, and I feel like I have come to some sort of answer which I am going to share with you in this video. Excuse me. So, oftentimes I used to ask myself, who am I? And I went through a period of my life where I felt so far removed from who I was and so disconnected from who I was that I felt like I wasn't even living in integrity or in alignment with who I felt I was. And I didn't know how to find who I was. So I went and searched for who I was in looking up on YouTube videos, looking up in books, looking for external information. And when I didn't find the answer, I decided, well, maybe I should have a look inside to see who I am. And then when I tried to look inside, I found it hard to be accountable and to actually set the time aside to be in silence, to go within and to really hear for what is there. I know a lot of people talk about, when you create that silence, that's when you can get in touch with your creativity, with your intuition. I was like saying those two words, creation together, I think, and to really know who you are. But I found it difficult to even do that in the first place. I felt like maybe once I did learn through information, through books, through videos of the benefits and saw other people experience the benefits of creating that time and space to go within, whether that was through silence, whether it's through meditation, whatever means. And then that made me curious to go within. So I actually went through a group coaching program, and in that process we were encouraged to really silence down the mind. So we have this mind up here, the monkey mind that thinks all the time, these thoughts. So an opportunity to silence this mind here so we could go more down into our body, to slow down, to realize what really is there, what's my voice versus what is the voice that I have picked up through society, through culture, through my past experiences, and then separate both of those to know who is who. So through that process, I really started to get to know who I am, and my process of doing this was thinking, well, what feels good for me in my body? When I am being this way, how does that feel? And what I became to discover of creating a task to become more aware of who I am being and how I am feeling day to day, I noticed that when I am being vulnerable, when I am being authentic, when I am living in integrity, when I am constantly growing, when I'm following my curiosity, and when I am focusing on my relationships, this is when I feel the most aligned and the most alive. And the things that make me feel like really alive are cool, interesting, connecting conversations with people. Traveling both inside and outside. My first tattoo I ever got was actually I'll show you right here. So this is my first tattoo that I ever got. It's a heartbeat into the mountains and it says explore. And what this means is that the heart wants to explore and basically exploring internally and externally, because internal for the heart, external for the mountains. And that's really what I do value, because I am just such a curious person who loves to just know how things work, to see different ways of being, to see different ways of living. And that just truly makes me feel alive doing that. And then when I started to really think, well, how do I want to live my life? I ask many people this question too as well. A great question to understand how you want to live your life is to ask yourself, how do I want a day in my life to look? So if money were not a thing and I was provided with everything I need, how would I spend my day? And when I thought deeply about this, I thought, well, what I would like to do on my day: wake up in the morning, start off with a cold shower into a warm shower, because that's what I've been doing recently. Do a yoga class, preferably in the sun, and then do a couple of minutes of vigorous exercise to get a little bit of a sweat on. Then come back and have a coffee or a nice tea, have my breakfast, do a couple of hours of work, whether that's me creating content online, connecting with people, creating a course, having coaching conversations, being at a networking event or a speaking event for a couple of hours, and then spend my time outside in nature, or preferably at the beach, and then in the evening time come back, get freshened up, and go out for dinner. Go out for dinner with my family, with friends, with my partner. So that's when I really looked at that. That's how I want to live my life, and it's interesting because when I ask others how do they want to live their life, they answered how I would have asked a little time ago, and an answer more vague like, well, I want to travel, I want to have more freedom. And then when I ask, well, how does your day look like? Oftentimes the answer changes, and it usually changes into, well, I want to spend time with friends. Maybe I want to learn how to sing. I want to learn how to dance. I want to learn how to play an instrument. So I think when we ask ourselves the question, if money were not an option, if we were provided with everything that we need, then how would we spend our time? What would we be doing in that day? Because oftentimes we can get so caught up in thinking of what we think we will feel by doing something in the future. So for example, we may think that we're going to be excited about traveling, but what even is traveling? Traveling is, in a breakdown of a day, we get on a bus, then we wait in the airport maybe, then we get on a plane, then you get off the plane, then you get picked up, then you go to a hotel, then you maybe go to the beach. So when you actually think about how you're spending your day and break it down that way, it can really help with, discovering who are you, how do you want to live, and who do you want to be in this world. So there's some questions that really help me to figure out who am I. And whenever I start to maybe have a different idea of who I want to be, well, the great thing is that we get to make it up as we go along. And if we don't know who we are, great, we get to make it up, because this moment, we're changing. The only thing that is certain is change. So knowing that in this moment I can decide who I want to be, in the next moment I can also decide who I be, and I do not have to be consistent with who I am being based on who I was being in my past, because my past does not determine my future. But what I can do if I want is I can imagine who I want to be in my future, and then instead of living from my past into this moment, I can live from what I envision in my future into this moment. Or I can just simply be here now and experience what I am experiencing, and I can also get to choose how I feel the majority of the time. So having practices such as gratitude practices, such as meditation practice to be in silence, all of these tools really help to build up and practice feeling in a way that you want to feel for predominantly throughout the rest of the day. So hope these tips helped. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you do love content on growth, on self-love, on confidence, on self-development, on my journey, what I'm going through, do feel free to subscribe to this channel. I look forward to seeing you in the comments down below. Ciao for now. Bye now.